Welcome to The Show Off, the podcast where we make each other sit down, shut up, and watch episodes of our favorite TV shows and then explain, or be forced to listen to, why it's top-tier television. This show is for anyone who has ever wanted to go on endless tangents about their favorite shows, but their friends and family don't want to hear it. We get it. Ditch those losers and come hang out with us instead. I'm Amanda.
And I'm Kampy.
And this is The Show Off.
We're live, baby.
All right.
Woo!
We're back.
Wait, now's your chance for the woo.
Woo.
There you go. Hi.
Hi.
Season 2.
Season 2.
How exciting is that?
I am so excited. Welcome back to The Show Off.
Hey, y'all.
Oh my gosh. We are so happy to be back. It's been a few months.
Yeah.
At least. The last episode we recorded was our 2024 favorites.
Which would have been right after New Year?
It was theoretically right after New Year, but I think in actuality it was like closer to the end of January.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's been a little minute.
It's been a minute.
Good little break.
Yeah, we're finally heading into spring, which feels good.
Spring in Wisconsin again.
Yeah.
Although hopefully we get
are.
the episodes out quicker this time.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we've got the drill down better now. But we're also doing something a little different for season 2.
Mixing it up.
Which is kind of, it still feels kind of spontaneous. Like we've been planning this for a while now, but like you first floated the idea to me.
Literally right after we got done recording our last episode.
the favorites episode. So do you want to share what we're doing with the audience?
Yeah. So if you didn't tune in for our 2024 favorites, Amanda really, really talked up. See, I forgot the name of the show already because I'm so bad. Agatha All Along. Yes. That's the name. I'm bad at names.
It's okay.
But she really talked it up, and I thought, wouldn't it be fun if maybe we watched it and we did an episode-by-episode reaction, because I'm not a big Marvel fan. I don't know a lot of the Marvel universe, but it sounds like a cool show, and I liked a lot of the actors in it.
Yeah.
So I floated that by, and she got very excited.
And I immediately started jumping up and down and freaking out.
But then you said, if we're going to do that, we also have to watch WandaVision because I know nothing.
Yes, we have to start with WandaVision because while they are separate, WandaVision and Agatha All Along are separate stories, they are very much related thematically, tonally, a little bit narratively. So I think you would really enjoy WandaVision.
Yeah, I have heard, I remember when it was coming out, people were really excited because what I do know about the show is each episode is like a different era of television.
Yeah, it's a TV show about TV shows.
Yeah, which is a really cool concept.
Right.
So,
and like astonishingly well executed. Like once you start getting into it, like, holy shit, how did they do all this? It's crazy. So we are starting today with WandaVision episodes 1 and 2. And yeah, we just wanted to record this little intro for you first to let you know what's going on. And then we're going to go and watch the episodes. And then we're going to come back and talk about it.
Yeah.
Sound good?
Sounds good. A little bit of background context.
Yeah.
As far as my Marvel knowledge, very limited. Okay. I really don't know much.
What is your Marvel background?
So I loved the original Iron Man, the 2008 Iron Man.
How could you not?
It was incredible.
Yeah.
And then I just got bored after that. So I have...
Wait, like immediately?
Pretty much.
Wow.
Because everything was just trying to be Iron Man after that, to me.
Debatable, but okay.
Like, they were trying to... And Iron
they
Man
were
was
trying to replicate
lightning in a bottle. And
sure.
yeah, they were trying to replicate the we're going to be serious, we're going to be funny, and like...
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah. I don't know. The tone was always trying to be like Iron Man, and I thought Iron Man was just so well done that you can't repeat it. Like it was just the way it was created. But yeah, I've seen them. Like I've gone to the theater with you, with other friends.
You've seen a couple of them with me.
Yeah, I know. I saw Doctor
Strange. Sure.
Guardians.
Yeah, we went to see the last Guardians together.
I don't know that I've seen 2. I saw Guardians 1. And was the last one that we saw 3?
Yeah, with Rocket.
Yeah, okay, so I haven't seen Guardians 2. The first Doctor Strange, and I think I saw like the first Avengers, because that's where the Scarlet Witch gets introduced, right?
No.
No?
No, the Scarlet Witch gets introduced in the second Avengers, Age of Ultron.
Okay, then I've seen that one.
But you've not seen the first one?
I don't even know.
Because the first one is goated.
Is of all the movies that I've seen that are Marvel, the only one that I've seen more than once is Iron Man.
The only one, okay.
So all the other ones, if I've seen them, I've only seen them once, and it was usually right when they came out. So like,
I mean, Avengers, like the big iconic New York battle. There's like aliens raining down from the sky.
Maybe.
There's Loki. Loki is like the main villain in that one.
Okay, that's kind of ringing a
It's
bell.
when they all first meet each other.
Okay.
And
yes.
Yeah.
I want to say yes, but again, I saw it when it came out, so that was a long time ago.
2012.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Then I have seen the second Avengers then, which would have been the introduction of Scarlet Witch.
That's good.
And Vision. And
that's going to be relevant to WandaVision.
You see, yes. And I know that, but I don't know really much else.
Well, you don't, they're going to like kind of re-explain it.
Okay, good. Because I do not remember much. What Vision is like Jarvis, but sentient?
Essentially, yes.
Right? Like he has an Infinity Stone that makes him sentient or something.
Yep, you got it.
And then she's got powers, and I know her and her brother were like super abused and manipulated into being bad, and then she
by Hydra
teamed up with the Avengers eventually. That's like all I know.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Honestly, that's pretty good. So you never saw Avengers Infinity War or Endgame? Like Thanos, the big climax.
I don't think I have.
Wow. Well, that is going to be relevant to WandaVision in a big way. So we might have to squeeze in some Avengers movies in here. And actually, that would be kind of fun for me because I think maybe I've rewatched Infinity War once, but I don't think I've rewatched Endgame all the way through since it came out, just because it's pretty intense, honestly.
Yeah.
And when it came out in 2019 and I saw it in the theater, that's still when I was really sick. So it was kind of a traumatic experience for me.
Yeah, fair enough.
But it is a really good movie.
Yeah, I don't really.
And yeah,
I just know Thanos gets all the Infinity Stones.
Yeah.
Something. Snap. Spider-Man goes and is like, "I'm sorry, Mr. Stark." I don't know. It's mostly memes is really all I know.
Yeah. If you don't know the actual movies, then you
I think Thanos
memes.
throws, I forget the green lady's name from Guardians. He throws her off a
Gamora.
cliff.
Yeah, he does, yeah.
That's all I got.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it.
Okay. So WandaVision will reference stuff that happens in both of those movies. It'll be pretty obvious based on the context. And I actually think she even says directly.
Wait, because let me ask you, WandaVision is like her getting over her PTSD and also her grief about Vision dying, right?
Yeah, and Vision dies.
When does he die?
In Infinity War. Yeah, that's right.
Okay, yeah, because then I don't have any context for what that is as far as like what happened with his death. And
yeah, I think knowing that he died in, in the big battle. Well, okay, I'll just tell you what the main thing is. I feel bad.
You know I like spoilers, so this is fine.
I always feel bad about it, and I don't like spoiling things, especially this because it's such a big emotional moment, but whatever. So at the end of Infinity War, when they're trying to stop Thanos from getting all of the Infinity Stones to snap, one of them's in Vision's head, right?
Yeah.
So they get to a point where they realize they have to sacrifice Vision by destroying the Mind Stone, which is in his head, which is
so that way Thanos can't get it.
So that Thanos can't get it.
Okay.
The only person who can do that, is guess who?
Is it the Scarlet Witch?
It's Wanda, and they are at this point in a relationship.
Okay, so she has to kill him.
She has to kill him.
Got it.
So,
but then that ultimately fails because Thanos still gets all the stones, right?
Yes. So she
kills him for nothing.
She kills him for nothing. It's this like really intense moment, and honestly, we might just have to look it up on YouTube so you can watch it. But it's like this really intense moment where he's like, "You could never hurt me. Like this is what has to be done, whatever." And she does it, and she's crying and whatever. But Thanos has I think all of the other stones at this point.
So he can reverse time.
So he uses a time
with
stone
the Doctor
to reverse
Strange
time.
green stone. See, I know shit.
Yeah, and then it's all for nothing, and then he gets the stone anyway. And then Vision dies again because he takes the stone out of his head.
He dies twice.
He dies twice. Yeah, and then Wanda gets snapped.
Okay.
So.
Her name is Wanda. I guess that does make sense. That is the name of the show.
Given name is Wanda Maximoff. Yes.
Oh my God. I don't know why it's finally clicking. WandaVision is both their names.
Yeah.
I just got that.
Yes, it's a play on their names. It's a play on their
I
names
thought
and
it was
also
just
the
a
word
play on television.
and the word television. No, it's very clever. It's very clever.
I just got it.
Yeah. It took me a minute too at the beginning when this was first coming out. But no, like Jack Schaefer, double meanings on double meanings on double meanings. Like,
yeah,
you know, Jack Schaefer is the show creator and showrunner of WandaVision, if you didn't know, and Agatha All Along. So we will probably be talking about her because I'm obsessed with her.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
Okay.
I mean, that's why we do
good.
a podcast.
Yes. All right. We will pause for now and be back with you shortly. All right. We're back.
Yeah.
Okay. So we just watched episodes 1 and 2 of WandaVision, which are titled...
Filmed in front of a live studio
Filmed
audience.
in front of a live studio audience and...
Don't touch that dial.
Don't touch that dial.
Yeah.
What? I think we're just going to have to start off with you since this is your first time watching the show. What are your impressions?
Well, I do have to say you did help put it in perspective because as soon as we started watching the first episode, you said, keep in mind, no one knew what to expect when the show came out, and this was it.
Truly, we had very, like, I'm sure there was a trailer, but like, we had very little reference for what was
and all of a sudden
on.
It's a 50s sitcom.
Yeah.
So that helped put it in perspective because I'm like, I know what to expect.
Yeah.
Of course I know what to expect. But when you said it like that, I was like, oh yeah, that would be really weird to just be like,
was
what
wild.
the fuck is going on?
It was wild.
And they don't break that immersion until almost the end of the first episode where it starts getting all weird and stuff.
Yeah. And by that point, you're like kind of into it. You're okay, I'm here, I guess. Sure.
Just going along with it.
Yeah.
Because it is enjoyable.
Yeah, very enjoyable.
Without the horror ennui.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
First impression, overall positive.
Yeah.
It's enjoyable. I mean, I have more thoughts, but you would break it down.
Yeah, so you were definitely weirded out by the end of the first episode.
Yeah, but I mean, like I knew they were going to have to go there and like they're going to have to, because again, I understand the general premise. Yeah. So like she is basically putting herself in that world, I think. I don't know. Yeah, so there's cracks, and you have to show the cracks every single episode. And it seems like that's only going to get more and more intense, I guess, because there were more cracks in the second episode than the first. Yeah. The question I have for you, if you remember, when this came out, I seem to remember it only coming out episode by episode. Yeah. So it wasn't, you can't just binge it all in one go.
No, Disney Plus does things week to week.
But this was pretty before Disney Plus, though, right?
No. This is Disney Plus. Like, this was early days of Disney Plus. This was the first Marvel TV show to be released.
When was it released?
2021. The beginning of 2021.
No.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it was COVID, dude. That's why, like, everyone was at home watching TV, and everyone was talking about this because it was like the only common experience.
Why does it feel so much longer, like so much further back than that?
Because time has no meaning anymore.
Is weird. Yeah. But yeah. Overall, very positive.
It's both long ago and not that long ago.
I know.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
I have to say it was kind of fun too, because I don't know about you, but like I didn't grow up on shows from the 50s and 60s necessarily, but when I would go visit my grandparents, those were the shows that would be on. So at least for me, there is an element of nostalgia there because it's just familiar enough with something I was just familiar enough with to begin with.
Right. It's like I've seen bits and pieces of those shows. And I do think it'd be fun to go back and watch like a whole season of something.
Right. Because I Dream of Jeannie. My mom was a big fan of that one. Okay. And so even at our home growing up, sometimes if it was on TV, she would put it on and force us to watch it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I watched, so yeah, this came out, I think in January 2021, if I'm remembering correctly. And I was still living at home with my mom at the time. So we watched this together, which was fun because she knew like every single reference that they were making.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, if I was like, oh, what TV show is this from? She'd be like, that's from Bewitched, you know, or whatever we're watching at the time. So yeah, that was cool. I just had like my own personal encyclopedia of, of the references next to me.
Yeah, and it's fun that a show can do that, kind of bridge the generation where you have a generation that understands what the references are and then another younger generation just going on for the ride.
Right,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, and then you'll see as we get farther into the show, I don't think this is a spoiler at this point, you already know. It like we're moving along the eras of television.
Yeah, yeah.
And going into, so we are eventually going to work our way up to
Present day,
our generation
yeah.
of TV. And yeah, kind of, 90s and then early 2000s television.
Yeah. And like, okay, let's break some of that down, shall we?
Shall we? Let's do it.
Because the first episode.
Yeah, let's do the first episode first.
Yeah. And well, talking about first, if it's okay, I want to talk about the filming style, the film techniques that they used, and what that's pulling from, which, I mean,
yeah,
as you mentioned, I think as everybody pretty much knows, I Love Lucy, right?
More or less.
And, oh God, I'm probably going to say some stuff wrong here, but if I remember correctly, I Love Lucy was really groundbreaking at the time as a filming technique with the 3-camera setup.
Yeah.
You had the stage with the, I forget what the lighting's called, but essentially everything is perfectly well lit and everything is in perfect lighting.
Sure.
And yeah, I mean, that's what it was obviously mimicking the whole time.
Yeah.
As you pointed out, there were practical effects.
Yeah.
Like when she was in the kitchen. I thought the pot bubbling on the stove and bouncing around was a lot of fun.
Yeah. All of those effects are practical, and I'll blow your mind even more for a second. They have like a little behind the scenes like documentary for this show, as I think they do for all the Marvel shows, and they like pulled those old lights from storage.
Did they?
And they pulled, I think maybe even the old cameras.
Because that's okay. Cool.
Well, maybe not the cameras.
That's kind of what I was noticing too, because you allow yourself, obviously, you're introduced to the show, you just go in head first, and you take for granted what you're seeing on the screen in front of you, which is the way that it's filmed, right? Like the grain quality to the film itself, the quality of the lighting, all of that stuff. And then it was soon as the immersion starts breaking later in the episode that you start realizing.
It's very obvious when they change it from the 3-camera setup to, quote unquote regular.
Yeah, because the lighting changes, the perspective, the depth of perspective,
the camera movement, huge.
All of it. Yeah, and then
changes.
To go from the 3-camera setup to suddenly there's close-ups and there's cross-cutting and so
sick.
It was awesome,
right? Yeah, and I remember watching that for the first time too, and being like, "What?
Yeah.
What's happening?"
So I mean, right off the bat, I get what you're saying. It's a show about television that greatly appreciates how television, and like you're being forced to confront how television works whenever it does the jarring shift like that. So
100%.
Just needed to get that out of my system before we start going.
No, I love it. I love it. Yeah, they use the real lights, the 3-camera setup, as you said. I would imagine like they're still using normal, quote unquote, modern cameras.
Probably. I would be curious if they're using film versus digital though for that.
Yeah, they talk about it in that behind the scenes documentary thing. So maybe we'll have to look into that. But yeah, really, and like obviously they're like on a soundstage. The sets.
Did they actually have a live studio audience?
They actually had a live studio audience.
I respect that.
It was like they did as much as possible to make this as though they were shooting a television show in the 50s.
And it paid off.
Yeah.
You can tell.
Yeah.
You can see it.
Yeah.
In the quality of it.
For sure.
That's cool.
Yeah, and like all the actors kind of doing the 50s isms, and like the way they talk and the way they move, and obviously all the outfit or the costumes and makeup and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, just awesome. Okay, let's talk a little bit about plot of the first episode. So Wanda and Vision roll into town. Got the cute little theme
Newlywed
song.
car.
Yeah, their little car.
White picket fence. That's blatantly obvious. A white picket fence.
Very idyllic American neighborhood. And yeah, we kind of just jump in right away to like, they live here. And
Well, hold on, sorry, because I need to point this out too.
Sure.
As I'm thinking about this, because sorry for interrupting your flow.
No.
But I was thinking about this as we were getting into the second episode. The way that the episodes start do feel like any other fun sitcom show.
Yeah.
But because this is a story that's over through the entire season, it seems like everything in it has to be intentional somehow.
absolutely.
So, like, even him, the first episode starts with him carrying the bride over the threshold, and then she hits the door and she falls on the stoop because he can just walk right through the door.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, from a sitcom perspective, from that 50s TV show perspective, as like an opening theme song, makes sense thematically. For the overall show, also makes sense thematically of like her reality that she's in has an air, like, I don't know, like he didn't actually carry her over the threshold, you know?
Okay.
So her illusion that she set up of them being married isn't actually being fulfilled within that first shot of him carrying her over the threshold.
I like that. I like that a lot.
So even though so much of this works thematically with the episode of it's a 50s sitcom,
Right.
it seems to also be playing that double meaning.
Always. And this is like Jack Schaefer 101. Like everything has an alternate meaning, an alternate interpretation.
Yeah.
Like you can always read things more than one way. And that adds to the experience.
Appreciate that so much.
Oh my God.
Because it's enjoyable on its own. You could turn your brain off and not think about it.
Yeah.
But right off the bat, I was like, okay,
But you
there's
can
more
also turn
going
your brain
here.
on.
Yeah, this is me. I think too much.
Yeah. Yeah. No, this is us. This is our podcast.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
So he carries her over the threshold, idyllic, suburban, 1950s.
Oh,
America.
and while we're at it, like the first time they speak, they're like in the kitchen talking to each other, and she breaks a plate or something with her powers.
Yeah,
and he's
she's like floating a plate across the kitchen.
Yeah,
and it
and
shatters
he's like,
on his head.
my wife and her flying saucers, and then and it breaks on his head.
Yeah,
and she says, my husband and his indestructible head.
Which
is like a wild first line for her to say if you know what happened in Infinity War.
Because I'm thinking of this because he pulls it out of his head, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So, like, I didn't clock. I mean, I probably clocked that when I first watched it, but it was 4 years ago. So I clocked that now, and I was like, oh my God. Yeah. Dialogue like that. You see why I am the way I am about these shows.
No, I get it. It's fair.
Yeah.
So yeah, the scene moves on, them just making jokes about how they're not human, basically.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we can kind of fast forward to like, you know, some stuff happens where like they're talking about this like mysterious heart that they have on the calendar, and then he goes to work.
I don't want to fast forward through that. I want to talk about that for a second, because that is the first indication that something isn't quite right if neither of them can remember what this date is. And that's what I had in my head is like, they haven't, like, because again, I'm assuming from what I know about the show, this is her illusion that she's built for herself. And the date being on the calendar with neither of them knowing what it meant, but both of them thinking, oh, it must be like an anniversary or a birthday or something. Again, the cracks already starting to show that this narrative hasn't completely been built out and filled in yet.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. They're kind of in media res, like dropped in.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's like they aren't in on it.
Yes,
you know?
what you said.
Yeah. Like,
but also does play into the comedy of the episode. Yeah. Okay. And then he goes to work. Sorry.
Yeah, he goes to work. We just get some like funny, cute scenes of him doing work.
Like a computer. I did laugh with the whole, but what do we produce?
Yeah, but what do we do?
Because it reminds me a lot of the IT crowd. And there's a lot of jokes about like, yes, we're a company that makes important stuff and we produce things.
Yeah.
That's always like very vague.
That corporate life. Yeah, for sure. We do get to meet like some of the side characters that we'll become more familiar with as the show goes on.
Is one of them Norm?
Norm. Norm is the guy that,
again
Vision
feels
talks
very
to at work.
tongue in cheek.
Like, how so?
It's like, oh, everything's normal.
Everything's normal. Yes. For sure. Yeah, and then we realize, oh, it's Mr. Hart, Vision's boss, is going to come over for dinner with his wife, Mrs. Hart, and that was why the heart was on the calendar. And it's very much like Vision just like realizes this out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And to your point, it's exactly that. It's like the story filling in as we go along.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then we end up at their house, and there's like a whole bit where Wanda thinks it's like an anniversary or something, and like she has like a sexy dress on, sexy for 50s standards. I mean, it was sexy, but you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's like a whole bit where like, oh no, his boss is over and like we have to make a dinner real quick. But before that, hang on.
You skipped past.
Hang on. I skipped past a very important
character. The whole reason we're watching this show first.
I skipped past a very important character. She would not like that I skipped past her. We meet Agnes, who just kind of knocks on the door.
What was her first line?
Oh, shoot. Now I'm trying to remember.
I'm your neighbor to your right.
Oh,
my
yeah.
right, not yours.
My right, not yours. Yeah, I don't know that her initial line is like super important necessarily, thematically. To my right, not yours. I don't know. But we do meet her, and she is the best.
So who's this actress?
Kathryn Hahn.
So the only other thing I really know her from is Parks and Rec.
Sure.
And she just plays that character so well of just being so smart and so I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
and like, I'm having fun.
And kind of an asshole.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. She just has such a presence whenever she is in a scene.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's how.
Well, and like Kathryn Hahn doing comedy.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, again, because I have some at least background,
Yeah.
I'm immediately suspicious.
Sure.
Where I'm like, okay, all right. Why is she like immediately befriending one? Immediately.
Yeah. Well, and they are neighbors, like next door neighbors.
Yes. Yeah. And it does play, again, it plays into it's a 1950s sitcom.
Yes.
It's white picket fence America. Everyone gets along.
Yeah. She brings over
Everyone's going to be
a
friends
plant.
right away.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she brings over a plant. They're planning sexy things for the anniversary. Yes, of course. It's our anniversary, right? Like,
yeah.
I'm like, what's her angle?
Right.
What is she doing?
Right.
Why is she so invested?
I don't know. Could not possibly tell you.
What's happening? I'm more suspicious of her now after seeing the second episode, and I'll get to why later.
Yeah. I will say from my perspective, from watching this originally, now I'm having fun, like trying to remember what my initial impressions were. I remember, honestly, no, I don't think a lot of people were very suspicious of her at the time.
There's not a reason to be.
Yeah, you have future knowledge.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the time, everyone was like, "Oh my God, Kathryn Hahn, like amazing, she's so funny, haha." But like, we weren't quite there yet of suspicion until maybe a bit later. But even later, she does a really good job of like playing this character.
Yeah.
And
of like the nosy neighbor. And there's the scene later.
Did I tell you that phrase, or did you just pull that?
No, I just said it.
Oh, interesting.
Wasn't that a thing? That's a thing.
I don't. That particular phrase may or may not return later.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just hang on to that one.
But no, like there's the scene later when Wanda's trying to make a 4-course meal, and she has Agnes come over to bring all the food, and she's like, "Of course, what good housewife wouldn't have a 4-course meal ready to go?"
Yeah.
Which again, I was like, okay, so she's helping trying to hold up this whole illusion that's being built. And then as Wanda's
and like apparently, real quick, sorry.
Yeah.
Apparently, Wanda called her or.
Wanda,
somehow
Wanda was like, I know what
asked
to
for
do.
help.
I'll get help from her.
But we never saw that.
True.
So did she really call her, or did she just pull up? You know? to just throw a little extra something on your suspicion that you already have.
Well, no, because she did say, I know just what to do. And then Agnes shows up.
Okay. Did she?
She did.
You have better memory than me.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure she did.
It is like a cut, though. It's not like we saw her call her on the phone. Yeah.
But yeah, as Agnes is dropping everything in the kitchen and was like, oh, and then you'll do this. And then the second course will be this. And the third course will be that. And like Wanda's trying to usher her out of the kitchen, and she manages to basically just like spin maneuver around Wanda and do another lap around the kitchen.
Yeah.
And it was this is because I have future knowledge. I was like, she's just so suspicious there.
Yeah. Why is she doing that?
Again, plays perfectly into the 50s element of a sitcom of the nosy neighbor who just wants to help out and is a little too much in her business. Yeah. So I was like, it's well played, but like I also can see what she's doing again, because I kind of know. I don't know.
You don't know, but you kind of know.
I kind of know.
Yeah.
Also, I think it's funny she keeps bringing. Well, first of all, it's the boomer humor of I hate my spouse. She keeps bringing up her husband Ralph and like making the really degrading jokes.
Yeah.
We never see him.
That's correct.
Where's this Ralph?
That's interesting.
I don't think she's married. I think she's just playing into the boomer humor. We'll see. I'm sure I'm right.
Okay, so your bet right now is that Ralph does not exist.
Ralph does not exist, or if he does exist, he's like a literal dog.
A literal dog. Mm-hmm. Interesting.
I'm not saying that metaphor. I mean, literally, he is a pet dog.
An animal. Mm-hmm.
Named Ralph.
Okay.
But I just don't think he exists.
Interesting. Okay, cool. All right. What else do we need to talk about with episode 1?
Do we talk about the moment?
The dinner scene?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Shenanigans continue to ensue.
Practical effects.
Love
it.
The cooking
practical
stuff.
effects so much.
Vision does a little song and dance moment.
That's fun. That's always fun. I do love spontaneous song as a form of distraction.
As a form of distraction, as a bit. Yes,
I love
correct.
It.
I like those like qualifications that you added on at the end there, because for a second I was like, okay, yes, got it. Cool.
Always works. Sidebar. I was watching a playthrough of The Quarry, the video game that we were talking about.
Yeah.
And I saw a new path that I've never seen before where someone chose distract and the one character just starts going, ah. Just like holding a note.
Oh, really? Just one note?
Everyone's just like, what the fuck is she doing?
That's pretty good.
So,
that's like a new level of song and dance distraction.
Yeah, just hold a note.
Just hold a note. Yeah, and then we get to the dinner and the boss starts choking.
Well, before that even happens, they're asking them questions. How'd you two meet? When's your anniversary?
The interrogation
Why don't
begins.
you have kids? Mm-hmm. And neither of them can answer. And they start asking more. And like the wife is like, well, give them a second. They're trying to set up the story. But then I think it's when he slams.
I didn't even, how did I not get that?
I don't know.
But continue.
I was like, it's great. Again, does it fit with the actual dialogue? Yes. Does it fit with the theme? Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, he slams the table and it's basically like answer the questions, like really forceful.
Gets violent a little bit. A little angry.
Yeah, and you can see, because the way that it's shot, because again, it's the 3 camera angles still at this point.
Still 3 camera, yep.
Vision's back is to the camera. So it's Wanda that you see. So you have no idea what's actually playing on. In Vision's, you can't see him at.
You can't see him at all.
And he's not actually, I don't think he's moving.
He's not moving. No. I noticed that too. I clocked that.
Yeah. And so it's all on Wanda to figure out what's going on. And at first it seems like she's, let me think about it, and like kind of trying to think of an excuse. But the more the questions goes on, the more she seems to like collapse into herself. And she starts becoming more and more still, and her eyes are getting that like 1,000-yard stare.
Yeah. I even saw a moment in that I think the same shot from the same camera angle that you're talking about, where I thought for a second she looked straight at the camera.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I thought, and like it was like a little bit earlier in this like questioning that they're like kind of right when they started, like asking, where'd you come from? When'd you get married? Why don't you have kids? I thought maybe I'm tripping, but I thought there was a moment where she almost looked like right at the camera for a second, kind of with like a oh shit, kind of look. Not like breaking the fourth wall, but just like almost unintentionally breaking the fourth wall, but like scared.
She's not breaking the fourth wall. She's starting to see the fourth wall.
Maybe. Yeah. Ooh, I like that a lot. That's great.
Yeah. But yeah, he slams the table and then he starts choking. Mm-hmm. And then suddenly it's no longer the 3 cameras. It's no longer the stage lighting. It's dramatic, high key lighting. It's close-up shots. It's shallow depth of focus. Everything starts getting really fucking dramatic.
Ooh, look at all that film language.
I know. Hold up. I got a degree in film.
You sure did.
Have I used it? Nope, but I got it.
You're using it right now.
Exactly.
It's all led up to this
all those
moment.
Years of schooling, all that debt. Finally.
Yeah. Keep going.
No, that's all I got.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So like it gets very cinematic and we suddenly see all these kind of camera techniques that we're used to.
There you go. There's another one.
Grain.
The camera grain also goes away and becomes a much sharper image. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we start to get, he's choking and Mrs. Hart is saying, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. And it's getting real creepy.
Because she's saying it like it's a joke.
She's saying it like it's a joke at first, but then it quickly becomes like there's a, like a strain behind her voice.
Yeah.
It very much starts to feel like she's being controlled or like she's being forced to say that or like she's glitching, right?
Yeah. That's a good way to say it.
Glitching the Matrix.
Yeah. And then Wanda drops all
pretense
and says in a very flat, deeper voice, what does she say?
Vision help him.
That's it.
Yeah.
So like no 50s flair in her voice.
Yeah, and actually I think in that moment her like Sokovian accent comes back.
Oh yeah.
Which is just sort of vaguely Eastern European. But she does have it. Like Wanda, when we originally meet her, has that accent. And I think she carries it on through most of the films, but she gets like slightly more Americanized accent later.
Hats off to the actress to do that.
Yeah, I might be slightly maybe I'm like just confusing that with this show, but you hear it here for the first time of like, oh, that's actually Wanda.
Yeah.
Like, original Wanda, so to speak. Just for a second, and like that's the only thing she says is just Vision help him. And then Vision does exactly as he's told.
Literally reaches into his chest.
Yeah.
And like
into the guy's throat.
Yeah. And then pulls out the food that he's
choking
suffocating on.
Yeah.
It was so weird because when I saw this moment, of him saving his boss.
Yeah.
I had this weird double thinking going on.
Okay.
Where it's like, one, oh my God, the immersion of the thing that she set up for herself or whoever.
Yeah.
is breaking. But also there was still a part of me of like, oh, but they're trying to blend into society and not let people know that they're not, normal, quote unquote. Oh no, how are they going to explain this one away? And then the boss just stands up and goes, well, that was an excellent dinner. And like, but it was this weird moment of like panic of like, oh no, we have to maintain this, which I'm like, how do you do that? How do you set that expectation up in the audience's mind of we have to keep this illusion going?
What do you mean? Say more.
Like, I was feeling for the characters in that moment.
Sure.
Again, I'm putting myself in their shoes of, we're this weird couple.
Yeah. We
don't have wedding bands. We don't have an anniversary date.
Yeah.
But we're trying to blend in. We're trying to be normal. Yeah. And now to save his boss, he has to use his powers.
Right. Okay.
How do you explain that?
Yeah.
How do you still try to maintain that normalcy? And again, how do you get an audience member there to a point where they're seeing the illusion crumble, but still hoping the illusion doesn't crumble?
Is this a rhetorical question?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So well done.
Yeah. It was great. Well, and then like when he kind of just stands up and whatever, and we go back to the 3 camera setup.
Yes.
Then you're kind of like, oh.
And the whole conflict of how do we maintain the illusion? How do we explain this weird thing away? The conflict is resolved because it's just not addressed.
It's not an issue. Yeah. Well, yeah, you're right. That's more accurate to say it's like, it's just not addressed.
Yeah.
It's not resolved.
No.
It's like a non-issue.
Yep. Boss just stands up, says that was a great night.
Yeah.
You're gonna get a promotion.
Which he should not have gotten a promotion based on any other part of the evening.
You don't think so?
Maybe the song and dance.
Oh, come on. Old MacDonald?
Yeah. Classic.
Top notch.
Classic. Yeah. And then we kind of just, from there, close on Wanda and Vision. Wanda makes them wedding rings, which honestly she should have done way earlier. And like we just get the little like zoom in on their faces and the credits.
Yeah.
And then what happens?
Yeah, then it zooms in, the credits start rolling, and then the camera slowly pans out to reveal a television that we're watching the credits on.
And somebody sitting.
And a remote and a notebook, and I don't know. Who are the people that we saw Wolverine and Deadpool? It's those people, right? Who are like watching over all the different universes.
Oh, the TVA? No, it's not the TVA. Okay. I'll just say that real quickly.
It's somebody.
It's somebody.
It's Agnes. Is it?
No. I'll just go ahead and say that. No, Agnes is in the world with them. Yeah. But yeah, so we have that. Okay. Anything else about episode 1? I think we did a pretty good job.
I think so.
Stellar first episode.
Yeah.
Especially considering how it was when it originally aired and no one had any idea what the fuck was going on.
And to pull that off is well done. And I do respect that. Again, I think you have to show the cracks each episode, and I think you have to show it getting progressively worse.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely.
And you're already seeing that just between episode 1 and 2.
Yeah. And I think just waiting to pull that punch until the very end of the first episode.
Yeah.
Because you really lure the audience into
like you kind of forget.
This is just the show. This is gonna be what we're watching now.
And because like everyone's like the actual like script is funny, and like obviously the actors are great, and like you do kind of get sucked in.
Yeah.
And then oh crap, like we suddenly pull you out and just kidding. Remember, this is all something weird going on.
Yep.
Okay, episode 2.
Yeah.
How does episode 2 start?
Well, it had the title sequence, which we were debating what this was based off of.
Yes.
Which, I don't know. Again, it's one of those things that's like just familiar enough to be reminding me of things that I am just familiar enough with.
Yeah.
Again, I grew up with I Dream of Jeannie, which you said Bewitched. I think it's kind of playing off both.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, I think the animated intro is like a thing.
Which was very much a style in the 60s.
Which is the era we're in now.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm going to go on a little side tangent, and I might be saying things wrong again because this is dipping into a degree that's a decade old at this point. But there was a sudden like renaissance of credits. Particularly in film around the time of the 60s, where credits themselves became an art form. So in some of my film classes, we literally just had lectures where we'd watch a couple of film credit scenes and then break them down. We didn't even watch the film. We would just watch the opening credits.
Opening credits, specifically.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So it definitely became an art form in and of itself. And yeah, I feel
you could tell.
Yeah, and WandaVision certainly leans into that we're going to do something fun, and we're going to basically hire a different team to go do that, because it's the same thing today though. Like Game of Thrones, that entry like title sequence, that's a different studio that's doing it. It's not the same studio that's producing the overall show. So yeah, sorry, just a little side tangent of I appreciate that, because a little bit of a spot in my heart for very artistic credit scenes.
And like once again, it's just kind of like immediately putting you in, this is the type of show, this is the decade, this is the style.
It's the decade thing too, because again, if you're going into this for the first time, I know personally from future knowledge that each episode is like a different decade of television. And so to start the show immediately with a different title sequence, and one that is, in my mind, iconically 60s, is letting the audience know we fast forward. And then when we get to the actual shot of them in bed, I thought this was very clever. So it opens with them in their bedroom and like loud bang. So Wanda sits up. The thing I want to point out is they're sleeping in separate beds that are like super far apart.
Yeah.
Which was part
60s.
of, well, the 50s.
Okay.
I think that might have been part of the Hays Code, is like you can't have a couple in a bed together, right? And so there's this banging at the window. Eventually it's revealed that, oh, it's just the tree knocking on the window. We'll get back to that.
Yeah.
But it bangs again, and Wanda, using her magic powers, moves the beds together.
Right.
And then changes the two beds into one. And again, so it's the transitioning from the 50s to the 60s. So I thought that was very clever.
Yeah. Solid. Yeah.
Okay.
So we open with that. Yeah, we get this mysterious banging on the house, which may or may not be relevant. And then and then what? We get them practicing for the magic show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we got a different camera setup now. It's no longer the three camera.
Three cameras.
Thank you.
Setup, yes.
It's no longer 3 cameras. Still a stage.
Yeah.
But there's a lot more close-ups, bit more depth of field in the shots.
Yeah.
Lighting is still pretty much just total coverage. So yeah, it's a little more. The thing that throws me out of the illusion a bit on this one is it's just a little too glossy. It's a little too sharp for the 60s. I expect it to be a little more bloom, which there was, I think, in the scenes by the pool, just because of the sun.
Okay. And when you say that, you're referring to what?
Sort of how the light diffuses.
Okay.
So where you have a hard differentiation between light and shadow versus where it's a really kind of soft and the light kind of bleeds into the shadow a little bit. That's more bloom.
Okay. And that would be more in line with the 60s television.
Yeah.
Okay.
As far as like where technology was at with
sure
light balance. So, and especially with that kind of lighting setup. So anyway, that was the one thing that I was like, oh, they should have just made it a little less glossy, a little less. And it would have, but yeah.
I think you could, like, stuff like that, you can, that's the thing is, like, you can explain almost anything away as, well, but
maybe that's the point.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and like, you know,
it's not quite right. It's not quite 60s.
Right. Like if we're assuming at this point whether or not, you know, whether it's Wanda's doing or not, or something else, or kind of assuming at this point, like something's weird, like they're trapped in a TV show or something. So with that assumption, you can kind of go on like, you can
just excuse a lot of way.
Yeah, exactly. You can explain
it's a bit of a cap out.
Okay, so they're practicing for the magic show, and then they both have to go do stuff. Then Wanda hears a noise outside.
Yeah.
And she goes outside.
I don't know. I can't remember the setup for her going outside, but
whatever. She goes outside. And what do we see, Cams?
There is a helicopter that's like
a toy
mostly
helicopter.
Red.
Yeah.
A toy helicopter in the rose bush.
Red and yellow.
It's red and yellow. And everything else is still black and white. So it's very distinct.
Bright. Yeah.
It was a very cool shot though.
Sick.
Especially when she picks it up and she's looking at it. And the way that it's shot, like you get her face and it's such a contrast of her in black and white holding this red and yellow orange helicopter.
Yeah.
It's very cool. I have no context for what this could possibly be.
No.
Unfortunately. I just see toy helicopter.
Right, but like we know instantly because of what it is and like the color and all that. Like this is an object that is not
supposed to be here
of this world.
But like, is it referencing something?
Like the helicopter specifically? Yeah. No. I had half a thought while we were watching this if the colors were significant, which I don't know if I thought about before. I mean, it's kind of Iron Man colors, but it's also kind of Vision colors. I don't know. But it was red and gold.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know if it was like the bad guy's helicopter or something. No. But in toy form.
No. We will come back to the helicopter in future episodes.
Yeah.
And what I wanted to point out about this scene also is like as she's looking at it and she's Elizabeth Olsen is doing some interesting facial expressions here of like she's confused, but she's also like there's something else going on where she's like scared or angry or both.
Yeah.
And there's a lot happening on her face, but mostly it's like just confusion and like something is very, very off. Mm-hmm. And it's like she's trying to like place this thing in her brain or something. And you do see a shot for a second where she's like looking at the thing, she's holding the helicopter, and she looks back up at their window.
Oh, yeah, where the supposed tree branch was banging against the window of their bedroom.
That's the only like visual reference we get to that. And then she goes back to the helicopter. And then who shows up?
Oh, my God. If it isn't the star of the show. I mean, that's literally what she says.
Yeah, when she pulls up.
Yeah, she literally says, well, if it isn't the star of the show. And then apparently it's in reference to the bunny that she has because it's going to be in their show, magic show, later.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
So much tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah.
So it's Wonderful Agnes. They put the bunny inside, and then they're off to Dottie's.
Meet Dottie. Yeah. So I'm trying to think of like if there's anything else important that Agnes says in that scene. She basically tells Wanda, like, Dottie is like the key to the kingdom, like country club, school board, blah blah blah, like the queen of the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And she is like, she's, is trying to tell Wanda how to act. And Wanda's like, or I could just be myself.
More or less.
Yeah, more or less. And like, I think Agnes gives her a look.
Yeah, she doesn't say anything. She just kind of pauses, gives her a look.
And then laughs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm assuming that just made you more suspicious of her.
Well, honestly, that in my head plays more into the comedic nosy neighbor bit. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I'm suspicious of her.
You're already suspicious of her.
Yeah.
Okay. So then they mosey on over to the meeting with, I don't know, like all the housewives about this talent show that's happening for the children.
For the children. For the greater good.
Yeah. And we
cut to Vision, right?
Yes, but for our purposes, I don't think his stuff is that important in this episode.
Not really. No, he just gets drunk on gum.
He gets drunk on gum. Yeah, which is really funny, actually.
Yeah. I did actually do want to point something out before we go back to Wanda and what's happening over there. I did appreciate that it was all the men who were gossiping. And then all the women were actually planning and like trying to come up with like a social thing and arrange everything. But the men who are supposed to be doing neighborhood watch planning are literally just spreading town gossip.
Yeah, talking shit.
Yeah. And I'm like, I do appreciate that a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so then we're with Wanda and Agnes and Dottie and all the other women. Mm-hmm. We also at this point meet a character called Geraldine.
Which one is she?
She is
she in the cabinet at the end?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm so bad at names.
Yes. She's called Geraldine. And she seems kind of nice. Kind of like more normal than everyone else, or at least friendly to Wanda.
Yeah.
Any impressions on her?
Well, now I'm like, should I be suspicious?
No, I just want to know what your thoughts are. Just because we have, like, there's very few people that Wanda specifically interact with. And she is one of them. And she's one of the only new people Wanda interacts with in this episode. Okay. Geraldine and Dottie are, like, the two new people that we meet. Yeah. That Wanda talks to specifically.
I don't know. She seems normal, unlike the other women who seem really far. Well, the one woman, Dottie, who seems very far up her own ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. She seems like just a fellow, because she even says, like, I don't know, she makes a comment about Wanda's pants and like.
Yeah, she says, I like your pants.
Right, and they're less concerned about impressing Dottie than the other women are.
Yes. They're kind of having their own conversation.
Yeah. I don't know. They just seem birds of a feather.
Okay.
Well, now I'm very suspicious.
Just, she's around, Now
I'm going to be watching her.
Yeah, I mean, as you should. Okay, so they're talking, blah, blah, blah. We have this meeting. Agnes makes some other comments about, like, needing alcohol to get through this. Yeah. And Just kind of being generally catty.
She just seems like the type of person where it's like, no matter where I'm going, I'm having fun.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make it fun. It's just like chaos.
True, but like I also...
She is pure chaos.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Also, I do think though in this scene in particular, I do think you get like she seems genuinely annoyed a little bit also. Like she's saying the right things, but like particularly when she like suddenly has the flask and like takes a swig.
She very suddenly has the flask. I don't know where that came from.
It very much just appears out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And she takes a swig and there's a moment where she kind of almost rolls her eyes or she like looks away. I caught a couple moments and I'm paying a little bit more attention to her than maybe I was the first time. But yeah, to me, I thought like there's a couple moments where I was like, she is on the verge of saying something actually mean. Like outright mean.
Well, she has no respect for Dottie. That much is clear.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. She just doesn't put up with people who think too highly of themselves. That's for sure.
Interesting.
Inflated, fragile egos. She ain't got no time for that.
No. Not at all. Mm-mm. And then we get our second breaking moment, right?
Yeah. Because the radio is playing.
Yes.
And
so Wanda's like cleaning up the dishes from this
Thank you,
gathering.
Dottie. I feel so privileged that you asked me to help you clean.
Yeah. Basically, that's line for line.
Yeah. But yeah, the radio's playing. It's playing Help Me Rhonda by the Beach Boys, which is what I was playing when you walked in because it was stuck in my head.
Oh.
So it's help me, Rhonda, help me. It was like, get her out of my head, I think is the word.
No, really?
Yeah, help me, Rhonda, help her get me out of my head. But they changed the lyric to say, help me, Wanda.
Well, we hear someone come through, right?
The lyrics to the song were changed. And that was bothering me when I was listening to it because I was like, I know it's not Wanda. What's the actual name of the song? But it was saying, help me, Wanda. Oh. And I'm like, I know that's not the real name in the song. So that's another reason why I had to look it up because I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's Rhonda.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I didn't know the song. So this is a new new bit of information for me.
But yeah, it's saying, help me, Rhonda, help get her out of my head. And then there's also like another voice that's cutting in over the song I forget exactly what it's saying, but it's calling out to Wanda,
right? Just like Wanda, are you there?
Yeah. And Dottie is like, who are you, Wanda?
Yeah, like she seems to break from the story for a minute.
She seems to also like, because unlike the first scene with the dinner scene, the other characters couldn't seem to break out of what was happening.
That's a good point.
They seem stuck within that. We still have to be 50s and funny and comical.
Right. Well, and like, to be fair, the one guy's actually choking. But then the wife
who's saying, stop it.
Yeah. And she's like, she's quite.
Like trying to say it in a comedic way, but it also is kind of, just off.
Yeah.
Dottie, though, she's also within this immersion break. She understands that something.
She has a moment where she seems to snap out of it. Yeah, that's interesting.
And then I don't know, something happens, the radio breaks and the glass shatters.
Yeah, she shatters a glass shatters in her hand. We see her get cut and we see like fake blood on her hand,
but it's red.
It's not red. On black and white. So similar to the helicopter from earlier.
Like, I don't know, like this, to me, it read as like violence is out of place in this setup. Like, because again, what little I know about the show and what I do know with future knowledge, I mean, she is trying to escape the trauma that she's been through. And so violence would be very out of place in these fake little happy sitcom worlds.
Yes.
And blood would be a symbol of violence. So.
Yep. And like traumatic and jarring and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it bothered me so much that, like, this is so nitpicky, but when it shows the hand, there is a shard of glass in the cut still.
Is there?
She grabs a towel and just puts the towel on the hand, and I'm like, no!
Yeah, ouch. I didn't notice that, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we basically dial back in, right? So, like, she gives her the towel, and then...
makes a weird joke that I didn't understand.
She makes a joke about, like, how to get blood out of white linen.
Blood out of white linens? You do it yourself. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, that's interesting. You know, that dialogue is a little bit weird. It's like the show is snapping back into place, but like it's still a little bit off.
Yeah,
like
it has to find its footing again.
Yeah, and like it feels like it's writing itself in real time. Like it's, as we're watching it, it's supposed to be a scripted show, but it's almost as though that line wrote itself right then and there. Mm-hmm. And it was a first draft. It wasn't the final draft because we went out and came back in. Am I making any sense?
Yeah, I'm following what you're saying. Again, I think it's a bit of a cop-out that you can be like, well, it's intentional.
but think about some of the other dialogue we've had so far.
Yeah,
that's been
snappy.
amazing.
It's snappy, it's good, it's funny, it's witty. Mm-hmm. And this line was a very, what? But you still have the laugh track going, so you're like, I guess it's funny.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. One of those. We've all seen those shows where you're like, oh, the laugh track's going, wasn't that joke?
Friends. What?
Yeah. So I like that it's still questioning what's going on here. Okay, so that was break number 2, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so then the rest of the episode we have what? We have Vision with the guys.
Mm-hmm. He eats
neighborhood
a piece
watch
of gum,
or whatever.
and then he swallows a piece of gum, and then he gets drunk.
And then he gets drunk on gum, which is factually hilarious. Like I was like, as we were watching it, I was like, oh yeah, he's kind of funny in this.
Yeah, he is actually very funny. You even said that. You're like, he's funny drunk.
Yeah. I was like, I kind of like drunk Vision.
Yeah. And I like the visual that they did.
They animated.
Because they animated it. They showed a little fun 2D image of the gum going down his throat and literally getting caught up in his 3 gears that he has spinning around inside of him.
Which, did that ring to you as like a direct reference to anything, having the animated bit?
I mean, again, it just felt very 60s,
just
I guess.
60s.
Yeah.
You couldn't think of like a specific example?
Nothing in particular.
Just curious.
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, so yeah, and then they have to go do the magic show, and Vision's drunk, but like, so they're doing like the magic tricks, and then Wanda has to like kind of make up stuff on the fly.
Because he's drunk, he's
telling everybody the truth.
Yeah, he's being honest. And like he does flourish and then starts floating into the air.
Yeah.
And so then she has to literally magic
conjure a rope and pulley.
And then it's, oh, look, he wasn't really floating.
Yeah, then everyone's like, oh, haha, that's how they did it.
Yeah, and it's so interesting to me, this whole scene, because it's that bit 10 times over.
Yeah.
It's so interesting to me because every time Vision does real magic, everyone in the audience gets really serious. Like, oh my God, this is disastrous. This is horrible. What is happening? And then as soon as they see the reveal, they're like, But I'm like, okay, but in a real magic show, you just be like, wow, that's really impressive. You wouldn't be like, this is world ending.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was interesting because the audience, what I would expect.
It's kind of the reverse reaction of what you would expect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, they aren't having the reaction that I would actually expect them to have. They're having the reaction Wanda would expect them to have.
Yeah. Ding, ding, ding.
And then Agnes does something a little bit suspicious. I have to like... It's so hard to not do that cadence.
Please keep doing it. Please keep doing it for the entire rest of the pod.
She does do something a little suspicious. I don't know exactly which trick it is, but at one point she like almost grabs her bag and like starts sitting up a little bit straight, and then Wanda does like the thing to make it be like, haha, see, it was just a fake trick, and then Agnes kind of sits back down a little bit and relaxes.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, she has like this moment it's a split second where she sits up just a little straighter and she starts grabbing her bag.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Interesting. I didn't clock that.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
And that's when I'm like,
And she has a line later.
Aggie, what you doing, girl?
Aggie, what's going on? She does have a line later, too, about when they're doing the disappearing cabinet trick. She says, you can make my husband Ralph disappear.
Where is he? Where is Ralph?
Where is he? He's not there.
He has disappeared.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they did it all for the children.
For the children. Yeah. We referenced that once, but we haven't really talked about it yet.
No, it is the sole fundraiser for the children
Yep.
What?
Yeah, the only fundraiser for the elementary school, I think is what they say at one point. Yeah. But like the repeated line.
Why is it the only fundraiser? How is that the only fundraiser?
Yeah, I don't know.
And why is it so important that they're like, guys, we have to get this right. This is our only chance because it's the only fundraiser. Like, what?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea what that could be
it's for the children. But when anyone says it's for the children, everybody then says for the children.
Yeah. Not in quite that tone, but pretty close. Pretty close.
I am throwing a little bit of a hot fuzz spin on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun.
So basically the show ends.
Yep.
The last trick they do, they bring Geraldine in the cabinet and make her appear in the cabinet.
And then she was like, how'd you do that?
And they're like, magicians never tell their secrets. We're not going to tell you. Blah, blah. And then...
And she just goes along with it. She's like, okay.
Yeah, she rolls. She rolls.
Yeah.
And then we're back at their house.
Wanda does fix Vision.
Yes, Wanda fixes Vision.
So he's no longer drunk
or funny.
That really gummed up my gears.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, and then they try to escape.
They try to escape because they think they ruined it.
Yeah.
And then you have the classic setup of, I have never seen anything like that in all my years. You won.
You won.
The classic setup.
Surprise.
But yeah, they won. Glove clap.
Yeah. And I think that was very similar to episode 1 of like the disastrous thing happens and you think it's going to have catastrophic consequences, and it does not. It has the exact opposite.
At least makes a little bit more sense as far as like,
Slightly.
It wasn't a disaster. It actually was very funny and very well executed if you like.
Within the context
of the
plot.
Show. Yeah. It wasn't as disastrous as of a man guys choking to death and Vision just throat punched through him.
Right.
Yeah.
But kind of similar.
Similar vibe.
Yeah. Okay. And then we go back home with Wanda and Vision. Mm-hmm. They're back home. And now what happens?
Oh, what is the exact transition of it? Because it's...
Good question. I think they're just there. We're just there.
No. There's like a very fun thing going on here. Because they both walk in. He's in his human form. She comes around the couch and sits down in front of the TV. So she's in the shot the whole time. He exits the frame and comes back in as Vision.
Yeah.
Like with the
robot
red.
Vision.
Yeah. Although he's not red yet. It's still black and white. And then I forget the like exact shot, but all of a sudden like she looks down and she's pregnant.
They're talking about the fun rate, like the thing they just did.
Yeah.
And like they make some comment about for the children.
Yeah, for the children.
And then they both stand up. She turns around. She turns back around.
Yeah.
And then we pan down and she's
pregnant.
She got a little bump. Mm-hmm. And then she's like, is this possible, Vision?
No, she doesn't say that. She says, is this happening?
Okay, sure.
No, there's a difference.
Okay, all right.
There's a difference.
Okay.
Because if she said, is this possible? It's the whole like, what the fuck? She can't get fucked up. Like she can't get knocked up by a computer. I don't know what he is.
Android, I don't know.
Yeah, whatever he is. She says, is this really happening? Which has the double meaning of like, is this happening, or is this real life? Is this just fantasy?
Yeah.
But it's also like that is the reaction I feel like a parent would have for the first time of like, oh my god, is this happening? Like it's that joy, that excitement, that disbelief of something good's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So there is a difference.
Okay, I like it.
She says, is this happening?
Is this happening?
Is this really happening?
No, that's true. That's true.
And then was it a thunk?
Well, then he basically says yes, and then they hear something outside. Mm-hmm. And once again, it's like some just kind of mysterious loud noise.
Yeah.
So we follow them outside.
Yeah, and then we get a main character syndrome moment.
Ooh, do tell.
Well, no, I mean, the way that it's shot is it keeps focus on Wanda and her expression and what's happening, and Vision is standing behind her and he is asking her, Wanda, what's happening?
And he's back in his human
form. And even though he's in the shot, there is like no focus on him. No. It is completely focused on Wanda and her emotion and her reaction to what's happening, and like it's so, the way it's shot, it is so obvious that everything is centered on her at that moment.
A little bit.
Yeah. So that's why I say main character syndrome.
Yeah. Okay.
But a little bit down the street, there is a sewer cover, and someone is moving, and it moves aside, and then a beekeeper climbs out, I guess.
A man and a beekeeper out
surrounded by bees.
Yeah, there are some. Yeah, I guess there are some bees around.
There's bees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we just kind of see Wanda and Vision stare at him.
Yeah.
And he looks at her.
He does, and then you get a close up of her face.
Yeah.
And like her eyes narrow, and she just goes, "No."
No. Yeah. And then what?
It reverses, but it's like a VHS tape.
It's like a fucking VHS tape.
Great. Yeah. Also, for the record, it's called a VCR, not a VHS player. All those little Gen Zs and alphas, I'm calling you out
not
right
the alphas.
now. It is a VCR, not a VHS player. Thank you. Anyway, yeah, you get a little rewind, like you would on a VHS tape.
Yep.
And then I think it's back to the scene of, is this really happening?
Yes.
And then he goes, yep. And then deep kiss and pull away. And
we could do kind of the similar, like TV show ending as the first episode, kind of, right? Where it, like, there's a frame that zooms in on them, right?
Not at that point.
No? They sit on the couch and then...
Well, not yet, because you get the color transition happen.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I'm jumping ahead.
So they have the deep, passionate kiss, and then
and
pull
then
away.
Vision's head is
his head's
color.
red.
Yeah.
And then I
I
feel like this is a pretty well-known moment in the show, because I have seen this before, where everything slowly trickles into color.
And did you notice anything about that also?
I mean, she was the last one to come into color.
Anything else? Anything about like the way the color looks?
No.
To me, it like when the color starts coming in and you start seeing like sweep across the room. At first they do this like little like sparkly effect,
right?
But then it starts to kind of go into this like, I'm trying to think of how to explain this. Like it looks like television grain in color. I don't know really what to compare it to. Like 90s TV, I guess, where the color, I literally don't know how to explain it.
Do you remember the old TVs where if you ever got really close to them, you could see the individual red, blues, and yellows?
That's what I'm talking about.
Is that what you're talking about?
I think so. Yeah. And it kind of just has that look as it starts to filter across the room.
Oh.
So.
Oh, that's some nostalgia there. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how old or younger your audience is, but yeah, those old TVs, it's just three colors that made up the whole picture.
Right.
And if you got real close, you could see them.
Yeah. So it kind of looks like that. It's very hard to explain in words.
I need to go back and rewatch that then.
Yeah, at least to me. They just do this like really interesting little effect on it as it sweeps through the room. Okay, so then everything's in color. They both seem perfectly fine about this. Mm-hmm. Wanda seems to be noticing it more than Vision.
Yes.
Vision is just like very nonplussed by the whole experience.
I'm just here.
Yes, but she's like watching the color sweep across the room.
She spins around and she follows it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we end with them again, I think on the couch.
And then you got the frame.
And the frame comes in.
Yeah.
And then once again, we pull out and we see like someone watching the television with them on it. And we're like in this other room. And I think once again we hear the Wanda, like over the radio.
Yeah. Someone calling out to her.
Yeah. And that's the end of episode 2.
Episode 2.
Yeah. So you're enjoying yourself so far?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to pick up from here. And hopefully we'll finish it by, I don't know.
We'll see. No, it's good, and it's got just enough. What?
Yeah.
Each episode to keep you engaged and keeping you wanting to watch.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, from everything you've described about Agatha All Along, it seems like that's very on par for
the course.
This
Jack Schaefer,
showrunner.
Yes.
Yeah, just enough. They're giving you just enough questions keep you wanting to come back for more.
And like a plethora of stylistic choices.
Yeah.
That are very fun to muse on and dissect and try to attribute meaning.
Yeah.
And there's always meaning to be had, which I think is one of my favorite things about both of these shows.
Which I appreciate. I think, on a little side tangent, I think streaming services in a lot of ways have killed art as much as they've helped it.
Woo!
I know, hot take. But here's the thing. No, I genuinely think the more we get into streaming services, the more that it kills art because, like, I've even heard of, like, feedback of, well, you need to explain what's happening more in dialogue because people are going to be looking at their phone.
Yeah.
And like stuff like that, right? So it is
like,
really,
no, make good television so people don't want to look at their phone.
There's a lot of stuff of like the algorithms and like making sure like you're feeding. I mean, and then the same was true for broadcast television of shooting for the highest common denominator of people who would watch it. So it is very refreshing and very cool to see. And I'm sure it's because it was the first Disney show. A show that's just given the free reign to be artistic. And like be
interesting
art
story.
In and of itself.
Interesting note on that, actually. They were not supposed to be the first to be released.
They weren't.
In the Marvel TV shows. And I don't know if they were the first Disney Plus show overall. Maybe they were. Or no, I think Mandalorian was.
No, I was gonna say like within
them.
the Marvel.
Yeah, within Marvel.
Sorry, I should. Within the Marvel universe, the first Marvel show.
Yeah. No, it really worked to their advantage that they were the first out the gate. I think the first was supposed to be Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which ended up being second. But there was some production issues going on with that. They were working on stuff. This got slotted up.
Yeah.
So they weren't actually supposed to be first, but they were.
And I don't know if this is the appropriate time to have this conversation.
Okay.
But... And I think it's why I'm enjoying this more than I have other Marvel products. So I'm just going to bring it up.
Okay.
I appreciate art that feels authentic because it's experimenting with things and it's trying new things.
Yes.
And it's not just being safe. And a lot of Marvel is not Marvel, Disney in general, a lot of stuff, technically, very well done. Yeah. I can't complain about a lot of the stuff they make. Like the writing is very tight.
Yeah.
The way that it's shot, very tight.
Yeah.
But it's boring to me because there's no risks that are being taken. And especially with music, like think of all the iconic music that you've heard from like John Williams, especially, right? Like if I say Indiana Jones, Jaws, and then if I say, I don't know, Thor.
I actually did lip to the Thor soundtrack a lot in college because it was one of my paper writing soundtracks.
I picked a random one, and of course you would know it.
But to your point, I can't give you like a melody right now.
Yeah, like it's not. Again, it's not that this stuff is bad. It's not.
I can give you the Avengers melody.
Well, that one actually, I don't know it personally.
Dun, 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 dun. It's very brass heavy.
But yeah, so my point being, again, this stuff isn't technically bad. It's not. It's technically very good. It's just safe.
Sure. I see your point.
I very much appreciate this show so far.
No, this is wildly out of the box.
This is. Yeah. It's a huge risk. Yeah. And it's people actually trying something, and you can see that it's people trying something because they love television.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
And they're really embracing it.
That is one of the things I love most about this show and Agatha All Along too.
And I think it's the love that goes into the product that you can feel coming out of it.
Right.
That I don't get from other Marvel products.
Right. And I think to your point about like loving the medium, the people who made this show, they did grow up on these shows and like have followed television throughout the decades, and many of them obviously have been working in television for decades at this point and have seen all the changes it's gone through, and it's to me love it too. You can tell
the history of television is so fascinating.
It is fascinating,
but it's not something that's like well understood in a public sense.
Sure. Yeah.
Right? Like it's not like people can articulate it very well. It's not like people care to articulate it very well. Again, in a layman sense.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to see something that is embracing that history. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's fast. I took a whole class on the history of TV back in college, and I just all of it is so
right. And to like be so invested in it that you would like go use the old studio lights from that era. Like pull stuff out of storage that hasn't been used in decades.
Amazing. I so cool. love that kind of commitment.
Yeah.
But even like the little things of like having the 2 separate twin beds, like paying respect to the politics of the time as well.
Yeah. And like we're not talking about it, but we're showing.
No. And I think that's what's important too, is like television, the way that it's progressed throughout the years was informed by the times. And I don't mean that in the sense of like, the stories are being told based on the times. I mean, literally the reason couples couldn't sleep in the same bed was because of things like the Hays Code. Right. And the reason broadcasts worked the way it did was because of how TV was able to be distributed.
Yeah.
And like why the 3-camera sitcom was so popular was because it was fucking cheap.
Yeah.
And like, so, there's more that went into how television developed than just, this is what people decided to do. It was so many influences on it.
Yeah.
That it's developed into what it has. I don't know. I just love it.
It's cool.
You can feel it from the show.
Yeah. And it speaks to nerds like us.
Oh my God, yes.
So we've covered WandaVision episodes 1 and 2. Mm-hmm. Next time on the show off,
my God, what are we doing?
I know. I was just about to say, are we returning to WandaVision or are we doing?
We're doing.
We're alternating.
We're doing one of ours.
So we didn't talk about this earlier. I guess we should talk about it now. Mm-hmm. So our plan for season 2 is to alternate back and forth of. We'll do a little bit of WandaVision and then eventually Agatha All Along. And then in between those episodes, we will be doing our regular show-off.
Back to your regular scheduled programming.
Regular show-off format of each of us introducing an episode of a TV show we love and then making the other watch it. And then we talk about it.
Yep.
So what are we doing for our next episode?
Here's our list.
I
don't know. What's calling out to you?
Yeah. Oh, we're not going in order?
I'm not prepared for that.
Okay. Well, I mean, I can go first, I guess. Neither of us have written out our picks yet. And I think, did we want to keep them to ourselves is the thing?
I see.
Well, but we know half of each other's list already.
Yeah.
Well, do you want me to go first?
If you have one in mind. I can pull up my OneNote. Because if I pull up my OneNote, if you give me a sec.
Well, I know.
Because I
know what show I want to talk about most. You know what show I want to talk about most.
X-Files.
No, but good point. That is going to be on my list since we have the sci-fi category. Ooh, spoilers. You know what? I am going to pick the show that I want to pick.
What are we doing?
To kick things off.
All right, to kick things off for our regular scheduled programming, our theme is...
The category is fantasy.
Oh, we're going to be talking about the Wheel of Time.
Yeah, we are, baby. Yes. And actually, now I'm like, oh shit, I got to pick an episode.
Did season 3 end?
Tomorrow. Oh. The finale is tomorrow. I'm so scared. I am so scared.
No wonder why you want to talk about it so badly.
Yeah, I oh God, maybe I should wait until, well, no, we're recording this now. I have to say one now. I think I'm going to go with my original pick from way back when I first had the idea of showing you an episode of Wheel of Time. I want to pick an episode from season 1 because season 1 has gotten a bad rap.
Oh.
And I do think Wheel of Time, by the way, a quick synopsis on Wheel of Time, and I don't have any information pulled up right now, you guys. I have nothing.
You don't have the actors off the dome?
No!
You always have them off the dome.
Well, I have some of them off the dome, actually.
What's her name? Rosamund Pike.
Boom.
I know one.
Yeah, that's kind of your main girl, but
I really liked her on World's End. So, that's the only reason I know
on World's End?
The World's End, it's another, it's part of the Cornetto trilogy, so it's like Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead.
Oh, I had no idea she was in that.
Yeah.
Okay. I have made my decision, I think. We're going to roll with it. And actually, It's gonna lead into a topic that you like to discuss and I like to discuss also. So it's fine. Okay. I forgot where we left off, so I'm just gonna start over. We're watching The Wheel of Time.
Oh, we are chaos tonight.
We're doing great. We're watching The Wheel of Time, fantasy television show on Amazon Prime, which is an adaptation of a book series written by Robert Jordan back in the 90s. The book series is 14 books long. It is quite hefty, and the show started airing in 2021. It is currently in its 3rd season, about to end literally tomorrow. I'm not losing my mind. Thank you for asking. My stance on this show is that it is the best fantasy show on television right now. That includes Game of Thrones. That includes The Rings of Power. Is The Witcher still on?
I think it is.
Okay. It definitely includes The Witcher because I don't even hear anybody talking about that anymore.
No.
I think it's the best fantasy show on TV. And I have many reasons for that, and I will explain them in the episode to come. Okay, I need to do IMDb stats. Okay. The Wheel of Time description that IMDb gives. There's 2 main summaries, actually. Choose Your Own Adventure. I'm going to read both of them.
Okay.
Tell me which one you like, and y'all can tell me which one you like too. Okay. Set in a high fantasy world where magic exists, but only some can access it, a woman named Moiraine crosses paths with 5 young men and women. This sparks a dangerous, world-spanning journey based on the book series by Robert Jordan. Okay, that's
all right.
Description 1. Description 2. I already like the beginning better. A mysterious sorceress, along with her loyal bodyguard, takes 5 young people on a dangerous and world-spanning journey. That phrase is repeated. Interesting. Believing that one of them might be the reincarnation of the dragon, an ancient and extremely powerful figure prophesized to either save the world or destroy it.
That's so much better.
That's about it.
The first one is so milquetoast.
Yeah. Is so what?
Milquetoast?
Milquetoast. Okay, cool.
Bland.
Yeah, boring.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, when you start off with a mysterious sorceress,
Come
bitch,
on.
I'm all in. Like, exactly. As I mentioned, The Wheel of Time started airing in 2021. It's currently in its 3rd season, created by Rafe Judkins, starring Rosamund Pike, Daniel Henney, Zoe Robbins, Madeline Madden, Yosha Stradowski, Marcus Rutherford, Donald Finn. I think those are kind of all of your mains. Let me see.
I mean, it's a huge cast.
Oh, girl, there's way more. I may have been missing somebody. But those are kind of your mains for season 1. The Wheel of Time is a massive story with a bajillion different characters and locations. Obviously, it has its own magic system, which is really cool.
I do love a magic system.
We love a magic system. Yeah, it's known for being rather unwieldy in its storytelling.
I mean,
14
the books are thick.
Yeah, they're hefty. And the show is really attempting to narrow down and adapt this massive story into a TV show, which, fingers crossed, everybody cross all your fingers and toes, will A, be renewed for the next season, and B, will hopefully be encapsulated in 8 seasons total. That's their goal.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's last I heard. I've also heard someone say, like, if they had to do 6, they could do it in 6. So we're just about to wrap up season 3. And we are waiting on that renewal, man. They are just sitting tight on that.
Well, fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed. I mean, ratings have been bomb this season. They really have just been stepping it up in all ways. So I really don't see why it wouldn't get renewed. I heard something about a rights discussion between Amazon and Sony or somebody. I don't know who owns screen rights for the Wheel of Time. I would assume it would have been Amazon.
Would be wild if
I
they
don't
owned
know.
it.
I don't know. I heard something.
I thought Sony's only game in town was Spider-Man.
I don't. Yeah. Well, they don't even have that anymore.
Yeah. Good.
Oh, shots fired.
Okay. No, sorry. Tobey Maguire, Sam Raimi version is perfect,
Yeah.
and nothing will ever beat it. Fight me on it.
Yeah. All right. Yes. The episode we're doing is season 1, episode 5, Blood Calls Blood. I want to choose this episode because season 1 is massively underrated. I think it's a very good season. A lot of people, since it has come out, have kind of just trashed it because season 2 and season 3 are so much better.
Okay.
It's like like that effect.
I feel like it's like Avatar: The Last Airbender, where you're like, yeah, season 1 kind of sucks because seasons 2 and 3 are amazing. You know?
Yeah.
But season 1's great.
Yeah. And that's how I feel about Wheel of Time.
Yeah.
Like season 1 is very good. It definitely had some problems. They ran into a lot of production issues because when they started making the show, it was 2019.
Yeah.
And what happened after 2019? We all know. They had a lot of production issues in season 1 that were not in their control, including a main cast member leaving at the end of season 1.
Ooh.
For reasons unknown. So he left the show and they suddenly had to scramble to like rewrite the finale basically and figure out how to redo everything that they did already.
Wow.
So I think considering all the shit that they had against them, they did a great job. There are some obvious like weird parts near the end of season 1, but a lot of season 1 is really good. Particularly like the middle 3 episodes 4, 5, and 6. We are talking about episode 5, just smack in the middle of those 2. And yeah, I'll be interested to see what you think. I do want you to watch the like previously on when you watch the episode. Like make sure you watch the previously on, because like episode 4 is quite a big episode, but I want to focus on the fallout.
How much should I know going into this, or should I just watch the previously on? And
well, you and I have watched a little bit of the pilot.
Yes, yeah,
together.
I should point that out.
Yeah.
You did make me watch the big battle scene at the end of the pilot.
Yeah, which is sick.
So awesome. And you did make me watch the opening battle scene of season 3. I do have
I forgot
a teeny tiny bit of context.
Yeah. Let me think of what else you need to know. Okay, so you know who Moiraine is.
Yeah.
That's Rosamund
she's
Pike.
Rosamund Pike.
That's our main girly. She is essentially Gandalf.
Yep.
And she is leading these kids.
The
Hobbits. On a journey of a hero's quest, essentially. At her side is her loyal warder, Lan, who is very Aragorn-esque.
Yeah.
He is like very stoic, kingly. He is an actual king.
Oh.
He's a king of a lost city.
I did not know this.
Yes. But he's also Moiraine's warder. A warder, if you don't know the show at all, is like kind of a bodyguard to the kind of magic user that Moiraine is, which is called an Aes Sedai. And Aes Sedai and warders have this like bond where they are like magically connected, so they can feel each other's, not read each other's thoughts, but like feel each other's emotions and like be able to anticipate each other's moves and like feel when the other is in danger, et cetera, et cetera.
And when you first watched the show back in season 1, you did describe this to me.
Yes.
I remember it because it's a unique magic
some cool
system.
shit.
Yeah.
It's some cool shit. Yeah, and the magic system is, they refer to it as the One Power. And the One Power is made of threads of power. So when they use magic, they call it weaves and channeling. There's like different kinds of power that correspond to like different elements: fire, water, earth. Like you'll see in season 1, they don't, for just like special effects budget reasons, the One Power is just white sort of like color. But then in season 2 and 3, they differentiate the different like weaves of the power with colors and like where they're drawing it from and stuff. So that's cool to see in like real time as their budget increases. It's super fun. But where was I going with this? Yeah, magic system. So magic is like a significant part of the Wheel of Time, which is part of my argument for why it's the best fantasy show on television, is because I think, correct me if The Witcher has a lot of magic in it.
Yeah, it does.
It does? Like visible magic?
It's no, The Witcher does have magic throughout it. It's not like super prevalent in the way that like Wheel of Time seems to be, though.
I can almost guarantee that Wheel of Time has way more.
Yeah. I mean, I've only seen season 1 of The Witcher, and like, I don't know.
Is it like a visible force?
No.
Or is it like stuff just happens?
I want to say it's not like a soft magic system, but it's also not a hard magic system because I don't know enough about it.
Okay.
I'm struggling here because
yeah.
I've only seen the first season once, and that was when it came out.
Okay. Well, anyway, that's part of my argument is like magic is like a massive deal in the Wheel of Time, and it looks sick. And I am someone who wants magic in my fantasy. And as we all know, there's very little magic in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
And when there is, it's very kind of amorphous and like non-specific.
Soft magic system.
Yeah. And there's magic in Rings of Power, but also in less of like a visual way. The rings have magic power sort of, but it's not shown through like a visible medium. I feel like I'm losing sense, but that is one thing I really like about it. So let me think if there's anything else you need to know. So yeah, Moiraine is your main character. I'm going to talk a lot more about her because I love her. So in the episode that we're going to talk about, I'll just try and give you like the brief summary of what previously happened. You're going to see the previously on, but I'll try to give you the short version. Moiraine and Lan and Nynaeve, who is one of the kids, they end up in an Aes Sedai camp in the previous episode.
Okay.
They were like running away from danger, and then they end up on this Aes Sedai camp. Moiraine had like a really bad injury that she gets healed from, blah, blah, not really important at this point. The camp gets attacked by a group of people that are following a man named Logain, who is proclaiming himself the Dragon Reborn, which is like the whole, the hero that we're looking for.
False prophet.
Yes, the false prophet. So he's false prophet. The Aes Sedai camp, the Aes Sedai in this camp have caged him, have trapped him using the One Power, and are holding him. It's like takes 2 Aes Sedai at any one time to cage him because he's so powerful. And at the end of the episode, his army attacks them, and he breaks out.
Okay.
And it becomes very clear that he was just waiting to break out.
Yeah.
And like chaos ensues. There's a big battle. Stuff happens. Logain attacks them, and he kills one of the Aes Sedai that we get to know in that episode. That's Moraine's friend, and who's like the leader of this kind of expedition. Kills her. We also in that episode met her warder, whose name is Stepan, and her name is Karene. And we see when she dies, we see him like feel her die, and like he kind of goes crazy, which is what happens apparently when Aes Sedai die and they're bonded to their warders.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. It seems like a dark question to ask, but now that you brought it up, I was like, what happens if the Aes Sedai dies? What happens to them if they're that bonded?
Right. So, and also in the beginning of this episode 4, we learn more about the Aes Sedai warder bond and what that means. And they explain in the episode that the Aes Sedai warder bond is stronger than a husband and wife, stronger than parents and children. It is the strongest bond between 2 people you can have because it's the One Power.
Yeah.
And like, you're feeling each other's emotions and blah, blah, blah. So that happens. And then, so Stepan goes kind of crazy, tries to attack Logain and he has these like 2 axes that look pretty cool. His axes break and like send shards everywhere, and everyone in the room essentially gets stabbed.
Aye.
And like Lan's throat gets slit. And we see Moiraine.
I thought you. Oh, I confused Logain with Lan.
No.
Sorry.
Yeah, Lan. We like Lan. Lan's our Aragorn.
Lan. Okay. Yep.
His like throat gets slit, and we see Moiraine get stabbed again. She was just stabbed. She gets stabbed again. Like a bunch of people get injured.
She was stabbed in the first episode.
Yeah,
too.
exactly. She was stabbed in the first episode. She spends the first 3 episodes being grievously wounded. It's really not good for her. So she gets stabbed. So she gets healed at the beginning of episode 4. Then she gets stabbed again at the end of episode 4. My girl goes through it. So everyone is wounded and like maybe about to die. Like Lan's throat is literally cut. Like if something doesn't happen, he's gonna die real quick. And then Nynaeve is in the room, and she like explodes with the One Power, and the One Power just like like out of her and like heals everyone like spontaneously.
Ooh.
So that's when we learn Nynaeve is really freaking powerful. And she's like the most powerful, they say later, she's the most powerful channeler we've seen in 1,000 years. She spontaneously heals everyone. And then the episode ends. So episode 5 is dealing with the fallout of all of that. And then we follow our characters back. Well, you'll see in the episode. But like we're dealing with the fallout of that.
Okay.
And we're learning more about the Aes Sedai and the warders and the culture of the warders and like the bond and how everyone's affected by that. And I think it's a very interesting episode and a very interesting topic within the show in general.
All right.
Also, I love Moiraine and Lan. They are my besties. So we're just going to talk about them for a little bit. Okay?
I love it. Hey, you know me. I love a good, deep platonic bond.
Yeah, and that's what they are. That's what they are for sure. We'll talk about it in the next episode.
Woo.
So
I'm excited.
Look forward to The Wheel of Time, season 1, episode 5.
Give me all the spoilers about season 3.
Girl. Actually, I probably won't be able to contain myself talking about season 3.
I love spoilers.
A lot is happening, y'all. Yeah, if I haven't convinced you already, please watch The Wheel of Time. Okay, we need
if I
this.
haven't convinced you already, we haven't even started the episode on Wheel of Time.
We need season 4. Okay, we need it. Like season 1, 2, 3 evolution has been like a good, better, best situation, and I need to see where we go from here because it's getting crazy out here.
All right, cool.
So, yeah,
Sweet.
I think that's all we got for now.
That's our episode.
That's our episode. If you aren't already, you can follow the pod on Spotify, YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts. You could leave us a comment if you so wish on any of those platforms. You can leave comments on Spotify now. Did you know this?
Yes. I did not know that.
Yes, you can. So anywhere you like, you can.
You know what we haven't shouted out yet?
What?
The Tumblr.
The Tumblr I haven't updated in 6 months.
Follow us on Tumblr.
No, actually do though. I do. I want to update it. I'm gonna update it, especially now that we're live reacting to WandaVision.
Yeah, I should actually get back on it too then and start adding my own.
Although I will say Tumblr is going through some upheaval right now. There might not be a Tumblr at some point.
Well,
soon.
Okay.
If there is, if that happens, we'll let you all know where we move to. Mm-hmm. Because yeah, I'm a Tumblr girly. I'm on there, so I hope it doesn't collapse in on itself, but we shall see. Anyway, everything's fine. You can also email us at theshowofpod@gmail.com.
That's the one.
And yeah, that's all the places you can find us. And until next time,
yeah,
have a good one, y'all.
Yeah, see y'all.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for listening to this episode of The Show Off. If you enjoyed this one, go ahead and leave us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcast and give us your review of our episode pick for this week's pod. You can also email us at theshowoffpod@gmail.com. See you all next week.